Hello, my name is Daniel Naus. This is my exercise progression on the power snatch. On the screen you'll see a picture of how the power snatch is performed, and I'll be talking about those phases today. So first off, I'd like to talk about what the difference is between the traditional snatch or just the snatch and the power snatch. Really, there isn't much of a difference, but with the power snatch, you're going to try and stay tall during the upward phase instead of like the traditional snatch where you'll drop under into a full squat. The first exercise I'd like to talk about today is the upright row. So a little bit about the upright row. So starting with the bar on a lowered squat rack or lifting from the ground using a deadlift, your hands will be in an overhand grip position and you'll lift the bar up, keeping it as close to your body as you can. And you'll also lift with your arms being parallel to the bar. This will help with the second phase of the power snatch, and that'll help with the upward, or you can call it a jerk phase of the bar snatch. Uh, I recommend sets and reps of 3 of 10, and if you need to progress to heavier weight, if you can do more than 12 reps in a set, you can progress to heavier weight. We'll come back to this multiple times in these slides. The next exercise I want to talk about today is the shrug, a really basic exercise, but this will also help with the second phase of the power snatch. So we'd like to use a barbell instead of a dumbbell, just to keep in line with using an Olympic bar for our power snatch. If you can lift from the floor using a deadlift, or you can start from a lowered squat rack. Again, recommended sets is 3 of 10. Progress to a heavier weight if you can lift more than 12 reps. The next exercise is going to help with our final phase of the snatch, the overhead press. So starting from a squat rack, or there's even some racks that are push press that are in a seated position. Either one will work for this lift. So the bar, you should be in an underhand grip, and you should be able to lift the bar until you can lock out your elbows. Again, recommended sets and reps are 3 of 10, and if you can progress to a heavier weight by lifting more than 12 reps in a set. So one of the final lifts, going back to our first phase of the power snatch, is going to be the deadlift. One of the most powerful lifts in uh, Olympic weightlifting, but it can also be one of the most dangerous. So we want to make sure we have really good form with this. So to start, we'll have feet about shoulder width apart, knees bent slightly in order to grab the bar. We don't want to perform a stiff leg deadlift or anything on this one. While there is multiple variations of a deadlift, here we'll just be using a regular traditional deadlift. So you'll grasp the bar with an overhand. If you're just training deadlift, you can use a overhand, underhand, but with our ultimate goal being a power snatch, we want to practice that grip strength and have the overhand grip. One of the most important parts of this lift is to keep the back straight. A lot of lower back injuries can come from doing this lift incorrectly. So make sure that your back stays straight, even using a belt if necessary, if you would like. Again, recommended sets and reps are 3 of 10, and you can progress to a heavier weight if 12 or more reps can be completed in a single set. This next exercise I'd like to talk about is hang cleans. So we're starting to get into the more complex phase of our exercises, putting all the exercises together and able to get to the ultimate goal of increasing our power snatch and increasing the ability to do so. So starting from the floor, you can use a deadlift, or from a lowered squat rack again, which is most common. The lifter will use an overhand grip again, but as you're transitioning to the end of the lift, you're going to use an underhand grip. So you're going to flip your hands underneath. The lifter will also drop underneath the bar to perform a squat. So unlike our power snatch, we're going to be doing a squat with this lift. Again, recommended sets and reps are 3 of 10, and you can progress to a heavier weight if 12 or more can be completed in a slot. And here's our final product, the power snatch. Again, you'll start from a deadlift position, one fluid movement. You're not going to stop at the top and then push up like a jerk. It's one total fluid movement, locking out the arms at the top of the lift, keeping that back nice and straight during the deadlift.